you know what's good for you, then you better get out and open. Yeah, if you know what's good for you, you better get out and open. No matter what you do.
It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. Shots of the Trucker John, sweet on a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time. The Trucker John live stream is gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen.
It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. Thank you for following me. And by that I mean, going to this take two here. I don't know what happened. When I do that, the thing where you set it up for the upcoming thing, for some reason, I don't know. For some reason, it didn't work, and then I did this one here, and it was flawless. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but anyhow, we're here. You guys have made the switch over from the first stream that lasted a few minutes to this one now. So thanks for putting up with that. We got a few people here already. Philly 3000 is here. Is this one working? So far, at least as far as I know, it looks like it's working. Fancy's here, never fear, Fancy is here. W is here with a bunch of question marks. Jackie's in the house. Roxanne Armfield is here. Good morning to Roxanne. Jolie's here. Jolie says take two. Yeah, this is take two. And hopefully, is my mic on? My mic is on. I better make sure. I got to get in the habit of always making sure. Okay, the mic is on. Okay. Let's see, we got Mish is here. Good to see Mish. Tim Nelson. Good to see Tim. And Hooker Greeter, Teresa's here. Good morning to Teresa. And it is morning here in the Pacific time zone. 9:16 here in Las Vegas. And it is already 88 degrees. I think we're supposed to hit a high of 104, I think, today. Something like that. We've got this excessive heat warning going on. It's supposed to get to, I think, 109 or 110 tomorrow. We're going to have a couple of days hovering around 110, and then it's going to start going back down the other way a little bit. So, yeah, we're way ahead of schedule this year in our big heat. We're about a month ahead of schedule, for sure. Vicky Gingras is here. Hello, Vicky. Good to see you. Tim Nelson is here. Good morning, Tim Nelson. Jupiter Judy. Good morning, Jupiter Judy. Good to see Jupiter Judy. And Snow Buddy's here. Hey, Snow Buddy. Good to see Snow Bunny. 18 watching, 15 thumbs up. We got a couple of slackers, whatever it is. But yeah, I did see this from our resident goofball, maybe from WW. Here's WW. Every show has to bring a comment similar to this. And it says if you know what's good for you and the future of the world, you will take your vote seriously. Okay, yeah, I agree. So far, we're on board. I'm on board with that, and not just adhere to one party. One party rule is the gateway to dictatorship. It's not about one rule party, you dumb motherfucker. Okay? Supposed teacher with a supposed master's degree. For having all those credentials, you are one dumb motherfucker. Okay? It's not about adhering to one party. It's about one party being demonstrably fucking better than the other party. Okay, it's not even fucking close. You have the Democratic Party up here, and you have the Republican Party fucking down in the gutter. So it's not even fucking close. And the only reason that it is close on these elections is because of right-wing propaganda. You fucking putz. Now let me illustrate my point if I can. I'm not sure if this is going to work. But I pulled this off of I saw on Instagram. I think it might have been Joy Reid or something. Let's play this, and this will help illustrate my point, I think, perfectly. I didn't plan this. I mean, I was going to show this clip at some point. But seeing W's dipshittery there, I just have to go straight to it. Let's see if we can get this to play.
I was just thinking about something about the difference between Republican-run states and Democrat-run states. Let me know if you've thought about this, and if you are a MAGA, what's your response? Imagine if blue states had a 40% higher murder rate than red states. Imagine if blue states were only 29% of America's economy and red states were 71%. Imagine if 9 of the top 10 states to get federal welfare benefits from the government, these handouts, were blue states. Imagine if 9 of the top 10 states for maternal mortality and infant mortality were blue states. Imagine if 9 of the top 10 states for gun violence and gun death were blue states. But you know why you never hear Republicans cite the statistics? Republicans scream about law and order, but have a 40% higher murder rate than blue states. Republicans scream about the economy, but 71% of the economy is from blue states, only 29% from red states. Republicans claim they despise the federal government, but 9 of the top 10 states to get federal handouts are red states. Republicans claim guns make us safer, but 16 of the top 17 states with gun violence and death rates are GOP states. Republicans claim they are the party of pro-life, but 9 of the top 10 states for maternal mortality and infant mortality are Republican states. For Republicans and MAGAs, here's my very simple question to you. Everything you claim your policies will do, our policies actually do. So my question is, what exactly are you fighting for?
Right. So, maybe I'll leave it there for a minute. So, you know, it's abundantly clear to me. There's really one party that is head and shoulders above the other party. So this isn't about one party rule, you stupid motherfucker. This is about choosing the party that is fucking infinitely better. It's not even close. You stupid motherfucker. That's why we are in the shape we are in, is because the mentality of like fucking W there, just always whining and complaining that Illinois doesn't do good to the rural people. Well, get out and fucking vote, you dumb rural assholes. They don't even vote, man. And always coming back with this, you know, can't be just one party. So what? So because you think there should be two parties, you're gonna vote for the shitty party? If the shitty party would fucking be at least halfway as decent, then I could see reasons for voting for them. But they're not even decent. They're fucking morons and they're idiots. And they're fucking, they do, you know, it's all projection. I'm just moving this. They project all of those things onto the Democrats, the things that they are doing. It's not even close, man. WW, you're a dumb fuck. I feel sorry for all the students that you taught because they probably got cheated out of a good education because you're such an idiot. It was probably a really, really good day when you retired from the school system to stop fucking kids' lives up with your stupidity. And here's another real winner. Here's a real winner for you there, W. Here's your fucking here's your girl that you fucking jack off to probably, W. This is what you offer us, W. This is the fucking type of shit you offer us. And this is what we're supposed to say, that we shouldn't vote for Democrats because we have to make things equal. It has to be equal. This is what you're promoting, WW? These fucking pieces of trash right here? She is trash. Yeah, I guess I should go this way. This fucking bitch here, she's fucking a piece of trash. The T stands for trash. Marjorie Trashy Trash, trailer trash. Well, I don't want to put down trailer trash. I mean, because I've lived in trailers, so before. But she's just trash. It has nothing to do with being in a trailer. Now, there's lots of great people that live in trailers. I was one of them. But this is what the assholes like WW try to put on par. I should go. Am I over here? There. This is what WW would have us to believe is somehow on par with an AOC, let's say, for instance, or a Jamie Raskin, or you know, you name it, anyone on the Democratic side. So WW would have us to believe that somehow there's some sort of closeness in the parties. You know, when we have fucking bitch fucking hoe bags like this and like Boebert, and it goes on down the list. You know, there's like, you know, Tuberville and Gomer and, you know, all those assholes. They're despicable. They are deplorable. They're horrible. And this is what WW would have us believe, that somehow there's some sort of parity, or somehow, you know, for the fear of having a one-party rule, we should vote for these assholes right here. These are the fucking assholes he would have us vote for. A piece of trash like this, who doesn't even have the decency to call Dr. Fauci a doctor, because she's got something up her ass. Well, she just is basically repeating some sort of talking point. A MAGA QAnon talking point. And this is what WW wants us to believe. We should not vote for Democrats because we have to make things equal. They can't have one party rule. Well, look, if the Republicans are going to keep putting people like this into office, then there's no fucking way that I've never voted for a Republican in my life, but there's no fucking way that you can tell me that there should somehow be some sort of parity or whatever. There's not. It's not even close. It's not even fucking close. So, put that in your pipe and smoke it, fucking WW, you dipshit motherfucker. And thank you for being my whipping boy today. You're my fucking whipping boy. Because you represent so perfectly Republicans that I've known in my life who say the same exact thing. That this isn't about like Team Blue and Team Red. We're not on teams. You know, and it can't be one party rule. Well, it can be when the other party is a piece of shit party. And they put a piece of shit assholes like this fucking piece of shit trash right here. I'm skipping down in the chat, guys. Hey, Mr. Spock is here. Says, hey, everyone. So, we'll do a little, I'm trying to get the thing, I get worse. I think I'm getting worse and worse as I go. Let's see. But live long and prosper. I'm just going to pick up the chat down here toward the bottom of the scroll here. MJ Daniel, I have voted for a couple of Republicans in the past, but not since the 90s. Carrie C, hey everyone, loving out, settle down, TJ. No. This is some serious shit, man. We got to vote blue. We got to have a big blue wave. Like I say, to wash the maggots out of our hair, to wash the WWs out of our hair. Because they are vile, they're disgusting. This chick here that I have here, she is a fucking walking piece of shit. So is Boebert. So are all those people basically the entire Republican Party. They're all pieces of shit. Even the ones that are so-called reasonable, They always want to bring up Mitt Romney. You know, he's in the Senate. He's not in the House, but they always want to bring up Romney as being this reasonable person. He's a fucking asshole too. He's a vulture capitalist that doesn't give a fuck about the American workers. Doesn't give a fuck about having good wages. He's a fucking one of those ones that's just in search of slave wages. That buys up companies and moves them to China. Buys up American companies and moves them to China. That's your reasonable, that's the best you can do when you try to say who a good Republican is? If that's the best, oh my God, then what about all the rest, man? They're horrible. There's not even close. That's not even close. And the only reason people vote for them is because of the right-wing propaganda machines, the blowtorch of Fox News and right-wing radio and right-wing other shows, you know, like Newsmax or whatever. That's they get all this fucking disinformation shoved down their throats 24/7, 365. And then we can see the result. We can see WW. WW is like a living, breathing, example of what this right-wing media propaganda has produced over the last 45 years or so. Greg Giles says New Zealand banned Trump in 1995 from building a casino hotel because of his mafia connections. It's in our media reports. It's winter here now, hot pool resort time. Well, Greg Giles, thanks for being here, by the way. Good to see you. If I skipped anybody, I apologize. I just kind of went off on an early rant because I saw WW and his bullshit, and I had to call it out. I just had to call it out, you know. Minus Kevin Anderson's here. It says, Greeter TK, I've ignored them before, but they are really getting on my last nerve. So yeah, I'm mid thread here, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. Philly 3000, the Tyson Company have been getting some heavy fines, having kids work there. Yeah, what's the deal with these? They want to repeal like child labor laws. I guess they just want to repeal everything. They really do want to bring us back to the 1700s or whatever, you know. And that's what we're supposed. Like I say, that from WW, I guess that's what we're supposed to have parity with, or that's what we're supposed to. We're supposed to fear voting for the Democrats because it might create a one party system. Well, the other party wants to take us back to the 1600s, for God's sakes. So fuck you, WW, you idiot. MJ Jane, Liz Cheney was bad and even was not extreme enough. That is how they have gone. So no comparison to the Democrat. Yeah. That's another one. Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, not Kissinger, but Kinzinger. They get a lot of credit because they stood up, I guess, to MAGA and Trump for the Jan 6, and that's that they deserve some credit for that, no doubt. But at the end of the day, are they pro-choice? No. Are they for Medicare for all? No. Are they for higher wages, maybe a higher minimum wage just to start things off? No. So at the end of the day, they're still assholes as far as I'm concerned. Greg Giles, John, do you have chickens? Have you seen Vietnamese drag chickens? I do not have chickens, and I don't believe I've seen the Vietnamese drag chickens, at least not to my knowledge. Or dragon chickens, I guess. See, when you said drag chickens, I automatically... I automatically went to thinking about chickens, like I guess male chickens dressed up in little dresses or something. But no, I don't believe I've seen them. Hey, Mad Max here, Slava Ukraini. Philly 2000, yeah. Speaking of the mega lottery is over 500 million. It's time to get a ticket. I wish they sold tickets in Nevada. They don't sell them here. I got to drive to California, or I guess Utah, Greg Giles, or Arizona. Fancy my mom did. We grew up in the countryside. Oh, so you saw those chickens, I guess. Chris says, do they want a gold medal for doing the right thing once? I know, right. Talking about Liz Cheney and Kinzinger. I don't know if I chased off WW. I guess he got his little ass whooping and took off. Big Hook, morning Roxanne and my Huggy Bear Mish. Jolie says, we found a baby turtle on our deck at Mr. Spock. My daughter's boyfriend created a paradise for him in a huge aquarium. He's thriving and growing so fast. So cute. We named him Franklin. Oh, that's cute. I guess Alvin Stoops here. Good morning, Alvin. Because Roxanne is saying good morning to Alvin Stoop. And I didn't see that coming in. So good morning. Thanks for being here. Midas Kevin, Hunger Greeter, TK, believe you, me, I'm with you. I knew he was trouble even when he came in because to make fun of him, we called Bush do ya? I mean, we called Bush W. Oh, okay. The political system is, USA needs a hard reset starting with out of control GOP. And that's why I say vote blue no matter who, because if you want anything to change, everyone's always saying we need to get rid of the Electoral College, we need to expand the court, we need to do this, we need to do that. Well, if you want any of those things to even have a the remotest chance of ever getting passed or changed or whatever, they're not going to do it by electing Republicans. Because all they're about, apparently, is taking away and stripping away hard fought for rights and equality and just stripping that all back and taking us back to the 1600s. So, again, that's why I say vote blue no matter who. It isn't about a one-party rule. We're going to have a one-party rule. That brings on dictatorship. No, what that means is that the other parties, whatever they are, they need to step their game up if they want to even have any votes. The Republican Party has shown to me they don't deserve my vote, and they're never going to get my vote. So either the Republican Party needs to do they're the ones that need to do a drastic overhaul or whatever. Or some other party needs to come along and push the Republican Party out of the way. But it needs to be based in honesty and truth. And not in these bullshit, fake, false, controversies and crises that they make up, like the border. And get everybody all worked up about the border. Oh, we're being invaded. We're not being invaded. And stop. If you don't like it, then stop fucking hiring all these undocumented people. Then they're the biggest fucking hypocrites. These Republicans. They'll cry and scream about this border invasion, but then they'll hire undocumented people. Stop being, that's part of the issue, right? So stop doing that, you stupid motherfuckers. Just looking at the chat. Okay, Mish, we got Hugger Greeter, James Williams here. Hello, Fancy. Mad Max here. Big Hook. The problem is that Cheney and Kinzinger believe that they can change America to their dystopian fantasy via the bot Supreme Court. I don't trust them either. Liz Cheney is a Cheney. She is the spawn of Dick Cheney. That's enough said right there. Kinzinger, I never really heard of the guy before this Jan 6 hearings. But then they brought up his voting record, and he's very, 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 very much the very hardcore right-winger, when it comes to all those things I spoke about, those issues. Greg Giles says, I belong to my union. I don't smoke, but supported legal marijuana, tax weed like booze. And they do tax it. They're bringing in millions and millions and millions of dollars on that shit. MJ Daniel says, MAGA G-Buzz? MAGA G-Buzz? I don't know. G-Buzz. I've heard, not familiar with that term. And the GOP had a full majority for 2 years and did nothing for the average American but steal and lie. And yeah, they just gave the multi-billionaires and multi-billion-dollar corporations huge tax cuts, huge tax giveaways, and stripped away as many regulations as Trump could get done. And that's all they did. Philly 3000, especially. That's why I say vote blue no matter who. Don't come at me with this fucking, oh, one party system's gonna destroy, it's gonna be a dictatorship. Fuck you, you fucking idiot. Philly 3000, especially the kids without no families, trying to get underpaid workers be like. Okay? But I think I get it, yeah. I think I get you. Greg Giles, MJ, they can't help Americans because small government. Mine's Kevin, hey Mac. Philly 3000, and still people believe everything they say. It's amazing. It is amazing. Let me take this fucking hoe bag trash fucking piece of shit off. And I saw this hat. I saw this picture of this hat. I like that. I like that hat. I could see me buying that hat. You know, I guess we're not supposed to wear red hats anymore. I don't know, but if it said that on it, I would wear that. I'd like to wear that to a Trump rally, especially if I was about 20 years younger. You know, just in case. Like right now, I'm pretty much dead in the water. You know, if anything goes down, because like I said, I can barely even lift the shoulder. But if I was 20 or 30 years younger and I wore that hat into a Trump rally, yeah, I'd say let's go. Let's go. Mr. Spock, any good bands coming to town? Oh, probably. I haven't really checked it out lately. I've heard that the, was it Dead and Company or whatever, is really good at the Sphere. I've gotten people like, passengers and stuff in my Uber that have talked about that. And they're saying that's like a life-changing experience. And these are people that have gone to lots of Dead concerts. But there's something about being in that Sphere, the way the presentation is, with the videos and everything, that they're just like blown away by it. So that Sphere is really something. Because I heard the same thing, well, maybe not that it was life-changing with U2, but people were really raving about U2. And then Phish came to town. I think they only did one weekend. I think they only did 3 shows for Phish. But people were saying that was amazing. Like, and these were Phish heads or whatever they're called, that have gone to lots of Phish concerts, and they're just raving how this was like one of the best ones. And now Dead and Company is here, and and these are Deadheads, and they are just like almost in tears, thinking of, like, recalling it and saying it's like a life-changing, almost religious experience or something. So that sounds kind of cool. It kind of makes me want to go, even though I've never been into the Dead, Grateful Dead, but sounds interesting. Jolie says, I have no idea where he could have come from. Well, about the turtle. He was so tiny, no way he could have survived out there. He's doubled in size in just a month, and now he has such a cute personality. I wonder if he's going to live to be like 300. Like some of these turtles are like 300 years old or something. Also, let's see. Great Giles. New Zealand just had a budget, and our new government is conservative right. Our GDP is high for a small population. Well, that's good. Having a good GDP, that's good. Philly 3000, I've been 30 for the past 30 years. Fancy, we haven't had a good party lately, John. You mean like party? Or political party? I don't know. Jolie, Dead and Company. Yeah, Jolie's totally into the Dead. And I'm hearing really, really good things about this Sphere thing, and they did add shows through August, I think. Big Hook, yes, got my IV coffee delivery system started. Mish says, Jolie, that would be a dream come true for me. I wish I could see pics. Just skipping on down. MJ Daniel, fish heads, roly poly fish heads, eat them up, yum. From Dr. Minto show back in the 70s. I remember that. I remember that song. Mr. Spock says, should get a tiny skateboard for the turtle. Greg Giles, beer and Barbie party. Fancy said, I saw a turtle on YouTube skateboarding. I didn't know they could skateboard. Philly 3000 says, every time the Democrats make Republicans look stupid, that's what we have to share. Every time the Democrats make Republicans look stupid, there would just be a nonstop thing. Yeah, well, we should share more of that. That's right, because we do have an uphill battle, I think, with the mainstream media and the right-wing media. So we can try to combat that, I guess, the best we can by sharing the show, sharing Trucker John. Hit that share button. Thanks for reminding me. Like, subscribe, and share. It does matter. Hey, we're up to 1,780 subscribers. That's pretty good. We're almost to 1,800. So that'd be cool. Hey, Jesse Logie's here. Thanks to Biden, my credit score went up 24 points. Well, there you go. Thanks, Joe Biden. Hey, man, we are the #1 economy in the world. Okay, we're at least #1 at something. I was in someone else's chat room, I think, and someone was saying, maybe it was Big Hook, I don't know, something about, why do you guys think you're #1? We see all the crazy shit you guys do, and you always say you're #1. Well, we are #1 in economy. We have the fucking biggest, bestest, bounciest economy in the world and in the history of the world. So we are #1 at that. Now, if we could just figure out how to sort of close some of the income gaps, the gap between poverty and the rich, get more and more people lifted up into good middle class, working class jobs or incomes. Those are the things that we need to work on. But as far as our economy, hey, we're #1. So we got that. MJ Daniel says, from a Dilbert cartoon strip, the character says, I plan on replacing my soul with coffee and becoming immortal. That's funny. Mish says, our ego is a problem. Yeah, ego can be a problem. Roxanne says, good morning, Jesse Logie. Yes, good morning to Jesse. Philly 3000, I shared you on the new group, House Sparks members and fans. Wait, I shared you on the new group, House Sparks members and fans. Some members started it because the other one is dead. Is that in Discord or something? What is this new group, members and fans? Is that is that on Discord, or where is that? James Williams says, coffee is my drug of choice. Speaking of which, I didn't have any because I ran out and I need to go make a coffee run. Both in just going and getting some coffee and in buying some more of those K-Cup things. Chris says, that's why people want to come here at Trucker John, so I guess Biden is responsible for the border issues. It's been, we've had border issues for as long as I've been alive, and I'm 63 years old. We have issues, that's for sure, but it's not a crisis, I don't think. It's not an invasion. It's not like hordes of people are coming here with, weapons or whatever. And I'm just pointing out the Republicans' double standard, where they will, try to make this an issue, but then they'll turn right around and they'll hire undocumented without even batting an eyelash. I don't know if do they see the hypocrisy there or whatever. Mad Max says, I was being nice to a freaking maggot grandma. I was pissed. I wanted to rip that sticker off her hatch door. She was going to watch a Little League game with that stupid sticker on her car. Okay, I guess I'm mid-thread, so I don't know what sticker you saw, but apparently it triggered you, man. Philly 3000, it's on Facebook. Oh, okay, on Facebook. Oh, am I in that one? I don't even. I don't think I even know about that one. Greg Giles, Chris, I can visit America for a 90-day visa. James Williams, America exceptionalism is well-known political practice. Jolie has a link to Mish Franklin. See, I'm sort of mid-thread, so I don't know what's going on here. We're posting links for something for Mish, I guess. Philly 2000, so you don't remember the big convoy in 70? It was from New Jersey to California. It was in all the papers. In 1970, when I was 9, turning 10, no, I don't remember it. And that sounds like something that was already in America. That's not a convoy coming up from South America into crossing the border, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. Chris says, Sugartron, that was sarcasm because our economy is so good. Okay, I know. Fancy, I remember the 70s movie Convoy. Oh, yeah, I remember that movie Convoy. Mad Mac, you skipped the earlier text. Yeah, that's what I figured. And I'm going to keep skipping because otherwise, like I said, I'll be 2 hours behind and everything, you know. Mr. Fox, Scott Adams, but you guys are doing a good job. You guys are doing a good job, you know, conversing amongst yourselves. Mr. Spock, Scott Adams has a YT show every day. He's a Trump grifter, sowing seeds of division. He's also a professionally trained hypnotist. Oh, it's fascinating to see him work as evil. That sounds kind of scary. Big Hook, richest country where billionaires pay little or no tax. It's nothing to boast about. It's criminal when you see so many suffer so they can... What did I say, Big Hook? What did I say? I said now we need to work on closing the wealth disparity, the wealth gaps. We need to work on getting more and more people out of poverty and into middle class. That's what I said. All right, you Canuck or whatever. Bicycle 42 is here. Bicycle Mike 42. Hey, Trucker John and chat. Home from the mountains. Oh, that's right. You were up in Idlewild, weren't you? Are you now down in the heat? Roxanne Arfield says, it didn't negate that you did good thing, dear Mad Mac, points in heaven. I'm mid-thread, so I'll just take your word for it. Mish, Julie's official, I am in love. Again, mid-thread. Philly 3000, I started it laughing out loud. The other one was 7 years, no one used it. I guess I shouldn't. I guess that's when I skip. I really run the risk of not knowing what the heck you guys are talking about. Greg Giles, Deliverance is one of the movies, and Warriors. I love both those movies, actually. Now, I don't know how they hold up over time, because I really haven't watched either one of those movies in many, many, many years. I do think about the Warriors, though, how if you made the Warriors today, it would be like a 5-minute movie, probably, because all they would have to do is like call Uber and they can get home. So, you know, it would make for a very uneventful and it would be a short. It wouldn't be a feature because they'd be like, hey, let's get out of here. Hell yeah. You know, call Uber. You know? Movie's over. 50,000. That was my uncle company, Uncle Joe Cohn. He's also the one that helped Woodstock. Okay, sounds good. Mish, Mad Mac, you are a gentleman and a scholar, I might add. I don't know. Roxanne Arfield, good morning, Bicycle Mike. Mr. Spock, also a Sam Peckinpah movie called Convoy, starred Chris Christopherson. Yeah, I think I saw that one. I think I recall that. That's been a long time too, so sometimes we think of movies, we saw way back in the 70s or 80s and we really liked them, we really enjoyed them, and then it pops up on some streaming thing or on TV or something. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to watch this. I haven't watched this movie in 40 years, whatever. And then you watch it and you're like, just like kind of shaking your head like, what did I see in this movie? This movie is stupid. So I don't know if the movies hold up or not. James Williams, Woodstock was generational. It was fantastic. I know about. I mean, I was just a very young kid when all that was going down, but it was they made a movie and put it in the movie theaters. It was the EDC of its time, I guess. I don't know. Even more so. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it was generational and it was sort of transformational in a way. EDC is just a bunch of ravers meeting up and dropping, acid or whatever they do. I don't know. Or ecstasy, I guess. Or do they still do ecstasy? Is that still a thing? I guess it's all mollies and shit now. I don't know. But anyhow, Beach, his name is Franklin TJ, and he has my heart. Okay. Sounds good. Philly 2000, that movie was a takeoff from my uncle's Convoy. Bicycle Mike 42, leaving to go up to the mountains to shuttle two PCT hikers. Okay, sounds cool. Mr. Spock, but the Uber driver is in on it. The plot is illogical, laughing out loud. Whatever. Big Hook, thanks, Jolie. That video is cuteness personified. Fancy, I thought Logan's Run was good back in the day. Now it's stupid to me. Yeah, that's another one. I haven't seen that probably since it came out, or maybe a long time ago, or a long time. But I do remember I think I was in the 70s, right? I think the original. Then they did a kind of a remake, right? Wasn't it Scarlett Johansson and Ewan McGregor? I don't think they call it Logan's Run, but it was kind of like a remake. I think they might have changed the title. That came out like 10 years ago or something. And it was all right, I guess. But the original Logan's Run, I remember I really liked it as a kid. But I just wonder if I watched it now, if it would look like corny or something, Greg Giles says, Goodbye Pork Pie is a Inzy car chase movie classic. Mad Matt Convoy movie came from the song Convoy that started CB craze in the 80s. We got us Convoy, Rubber Ducky. Chris says, Mish, there was a doe outside the other day who kept moving closer to my apartment to stay in the shade and eat clover. She wound up right under my dining room window. Philly 3000, no, it was for my uncle's Convoy that started it. Okay, if you insist. Okay. Mr. Spock, are you a runner? I don't know who you're talking. Are you talking about Logan's Run? Mad Mac, my band in high school played every song from the 3-record Woodstock album. That's a lot of songs, man. And a lot of different groups, a lot of variation there. Mish, laughing my ass off. Mad Mac, Pacific Coast Trail. Oh yeah, PCT, okay, yeah. Bicycle Mike, bye guys, have a great day. Well, thanks Bicycle Mike for being here. Thanks for stopping in, and have a good time taking people up to the trail there. Make sure you hit that like button on it for me before you head out. Roxanne Armfield said, yes, Fancy, that movie did not age well. James Williams, I still have a few posters and some other memorabilia from the event. It seems like a lifetime ago. It was a long time ago. Mad Mac, The Island. The Island is the name of the movie you're thinking of. Is Logan's Run. Was it The Island? Was that the one with that I was talking about with Scarlett Johansson and Ewan McGregor? I think that's who was in it. Misha says, Chris, I have a raven that visits daily. On Sundays, Stellar J got into my living room and it took 10 minutes and a trail of peanuts to get it out. I selfishly took pictures. You know, ravens are pretty smart. I think they're pretty goddamn smart. Big Hook, it feels like we are on track some days to a real life Hunger Games scenario. Yeah, that and Handmaid's Tale is what I keep thinking of. Mish says, Chris, we have some wonderful wildlife, don't we? Makes up for the maggots. Chris says, Mish, that's what I love about our area. There's so much wildlife. Greg Giles says, Mad Mac, if Biden joins the TPPA, the copyright would be extended. Steamboat Willie would not be free. Chris says, Mish, we're on the same wavelength. Philly 3000, yeah, that's so smart. The babies remember you if you did anything wrong to the dad. Amen. You talking about ravens? Are we talking about the ravens now? Mish says, Chris, I love the deer family here, but one of them ate my hostess. I don't know what a hostess is. Mad Mac McGregor and Johansson, yes, the island. They wanted to be selected to go to the island, and I'm not going to spoil a great movie. MJ Daniel, the Stellar Jays here come right up on the deck for peanuts. Hey, Julie says Trucker John has memberships, super chats, so you can support the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing, or by buying me a coffee at Buy Me a Coffee. Thanks, Jolie, for that reminder. Chris Welch says Soylent Green is people. Oh man, talk about spoilers. You're not supposed to say that. I remember those ads. I do remember the TV spots that they had on it. The TV little ads for the movie, and I think there was a big thing about not saying what Soylent Green was or something. Mish, I have blueberries. My blueberries well protected. Philly 3000, the raven is mad at you. The babies will be mad at you. Greg Giles says that lots of deer hunting in New Zealand and tar sheep. See, this is where this show goes. This live stream, we can talk about politics, and we can talk about bugs, and we can talk about animals. We can talk about old movies. I mean, it's great. We just go all over the place. Greg Giles says lots of deer. Oh, I read that. Tawada 106 is here. Hey, Tawada 106, good to see you. Deer are ugly, horrid, rose-eating monsters. Good to see Tawada. Thanks for that bit of positiveness. Big Hook, have seen that video where crows drop chestnuts on the road and wait for cars to do the crunching for them. Yeah. They're smart, man. They are smart little fuckers, I'm telling you. Greg Giles, deers are tasty. I've had deer one time. I thought it was okay. You know? I mean, I just fried it up like a steak, like I would do a steak. So maybe there are certain ways of preparing it. But I mean, it was okay. It wasn't bad. James Williams says, I live in northern Alberta. We see moose, deer, bear daily. Wow. I mean, to see it daily, I think that's kind of blows me away. Daily. It's also a migration stop for all the birds. The fields are literally covered during the spring and fall migrations. Wow. So you're right there in the path of all these animals, these wild animals. Mish, always protect the berries. Roxanne Arfield, good morning. To 116. To 116 hates deer. Probably because they eat their roses. Chris says, Big Hook, the crows around here will wait for people to leave a bag of chips on a picnic table, and then it's party time. Oh yeah, the crows and the ravens, they are, I think, cousins, but they are pretty equally smart. I mean, they know how to get into trash. They know how to open trash lids. No trash container is safe around a crow or a raven. They know how to open the lid. I've seen them do it. Greg Giles says seagulls drop shellfish from a height on to the beach. Mish says crows are brilliant. They are definitely not Republicans. They care about each other. 2106 says hi back to Jolie, I guess. Mad Max says magpies are cool. They like to steal shiny and colorful things. Philly 3000, I seen the ravens pull ticks off a deer. It's sort of a win-win situation there, both for the raven and for the deer. Not so much for the tick, I guess. Midas Kevin Anderson, I've had reindeer sausage. Beat you, John. Reindeer sausage. Big Hook. Funny how that Burnett guy who developed Survivor show is a Seven Dominionist believer. He hid the Trump tapes of his inward moments. Yeah, I don't have any respect for that guy. Him and his fucking wife. And I used to watch that show, like Touched by an Angel or whatever the fuck it was. And I remember I liked the show. I liked it. It was okay, you know. But now it just makes me sick to think that I was watching that show. And even Survivor and even anything that Burnett produced kind of makes me sick to think that I contributed to any type of success that those shows may have had, you know, because of ratings or whatever. Philly 2000, I just gave apples to a deer. Mish says, Mad Mac, and if they like you, they will bring them to you. Chris says, raccoons are the worst. They can be scary. Raccoons can be kind of scary. Like if you see one by itself, it's kind of like maybe kind of cute, but sometimes they run in packs, and they can be little motherfuckers. My kids, they live in the mountains, and we deal with raccoons a lot. 2106, the deer in Nara are truly annoying, but tourists love them. During breeding time, the bucks have their horns sawed off for safety. Wow. Philly 3000, no, Highway to Heaven. Was that what it was? Highway to Heaven? What was Touched by an Angel? Wasn't that a show too? Jolie says, Chris, we have two here that drive me nuts, but man, they are cute. Mad Mac, yes, they do. Laughing out loud, I think they're cool. About the magpies, I guess. We're going back to that. Greg Giles, Fantasy Island is now cringe. Yeah, I haven't seen that show. I don't think I've watched that show since it went off the air. But I remember that was regular viewing. You know, Tattoo, you know, bus, whatever. I mean, I liked it then. I don't know if I would like it now. I don't know. Big Hook, a show where you had to scheme and prove to be the highest order psychopath in manipulation. Survivor. Yeah, it was a weird show, but it was interesting. I mean, I remember, I think I watched the first 3 or 4 seasons pretty much, you know, religiously, I guess you'd say. That was when all those shows were really big, you know, Survivor and what was the Anderson Cooper one? Where they went around the world. Big Brother, I like that. You know, for all those shows, for one thing, I was home a lot more during that time, and I could watch them. It was easier to watch them. And then, so I pretty much watched the probably first 3 or 4 or 5 seasons of most of those shows pretty religiously, and I liked them. And then after a while, it was a combination of me being more on the road and being gone more, and plus I just lost interest. And then if I was able to watch a show, it was kind of like you're kind of like mid-season or whatever. It's just not the same. You kind of have to watch those shows like, you know, in order and really get involved in all that manipulation and all that scheming that's going on, you know. But I really, you know, lost interest after a few years. Philly 3000, did you see they have Scarface Part 2 now? No, I didn't see that. I guess, would it be like a whole new Scarface? Because Scarface, and spoiler alert, didn't turn out too good for him. Big Hook, Highway to Heaven and Michael Landon before cancer took him. Okay, yeah, so yeah, Michael Landon was in the Highway to Heaven one, and then the other show was Mark Burnett's wife. I think that was Touched by an Angel. And it also had like Della Reese or something in it. Right? Philly 3000 in Long Island. I had a raccoon in the backyard tree. He was cool. He was a cool one. Chris 2106. You have to lock your food up beyond childproof. Minus Kevin Anderson. Highway to Heaven was in the 70s and 80s. Touched by an Angel was in the was an updated 90s version. Jolie, I love Survivor, but I'm about 4 seasons behind. Well, you're still even 4 seasons behind. You're still way further than I went. What are they on, like 30 seasons now? Because they would do like 2 a year, right? Kind of like 2 seasons a year. Mad Mac, laughing out true, Chris. My dogs were barking nonstop, and I went out with my torch flashlight. Didn't see anything until I shone the light into the trees and saw 5 pairs of glowing eyes only. It was great. Mish, I wasn't welcome at the water cooler because I didn't watch any of them. Yeah, those were the great water cooler shows. Even like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire even though that was a game show, but that was a part of all that reality TV. You know, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was live. And I remember watching the first few years of that show and religiously. I even told you a story where I almost got on the show, where I actually flew all the way back to New York from California and passed all the tests and met with the producers and all that kind of stuff. And thought for sure I was going to get on, but then they never called me. So. And I was a little bit cuter than I am now, so it's not. You want to say, yeah, I was too ugly. I don't know. I was a little bit better looking back then, so I don't know. I guess Marie's here. Marie Jean Greco. Hello, good people. Hello, Marie. Good to see Marie Jean Greco. Thanks for stopping on in. We're just shooting the shit, talking about old TV shows and movies, and I think I scared WW off because I called him a bunch of names, and deservedly so, I think. Jupiter Journey, anyone watch Homestead Rescue? No, but it sounds familiar. Chris Welch, did anyone see Barry on HBO? I think I did. That rings a bell. I think that was a good show. I'm just trying to remember what it was about, but I'm pretty sure I saw it. Hey, Walter Makarovich is here. Good to see Good to see Walter. Good morning, Trucker John, and to all. Sorry I'm late. Too many doctor appointments lately. Did you see the evil Marjorie Trader Green at the hearing? Yeah, I kind of started off the show with talking about her. I kind of went right into it talking about her because of WW. It took me to that right off the bat. She is, as I said, she is really just trash. Her T stands for trash. She's a horrible person, horrible human being. I guess the people of her district, I guess they deserve her because they vote for her overwhelmingly. I guess, maybe they're just trashy people. I don't know. They live in that district. Mr. Spock, you should have tried out for Naked and Afraid. I've watched that show a few times. Like I said, if I was 20 years younger, maybe. Big Hook. I like MacGyver, thinking, problem solving, science oriented, spy oriented, and a little bit of everything. Yeah, it was a good show. MacGyver, yeah, that's a great show. I love MacGyver. Jupiter Judy saying, Big Hook, we were hooked. Christopher Judy, I literally used to live in the woods in a tent. Mine is Kevin Anderson. One of my friends had a role in the series Dallas. Oh, cool. Jupiter Judy, I never went camping, just brownie camp. Jupiter Judy at Chris. Chris Welch, Bill Hader was a hitman aspiring actor. Oh, Barry. Yeah, shit. Yes. Yes, I saw all of it. I didn't like the way it ended. I did not like the ending. I think I would have ended it differently. I'm not going to spoil it, but I would have went a different route. Let's just say that. Fancy, they have Dallas on Freevee. Greg Giles, let's start that Sunday morning Fear Factor. Oh, I used to like Fear Factor. I used to like that a lot. Jupiter Judy, the shows today, I guess what's going to happen in the end, and it's boring. Oh, you guess what's going to happen. Mike's Kevin Anderson, my friend Alex Hill. When I was in grade school, he played one of the actress's sons. Oh, nice. Philly 3000. I did like watching my dad on Hill Street Blues. Oh, that's right, Philly 3000. That's right. You told us your dad was on Hill Street Blues. That was a great show. I remember watching that show. That was a really good show. Mr. Spock, who shot JR? I'm not saying. Roxfeld Armfield, good morning, Michael McAndrews. Oh, did I not say hi to Mike? Hi, Fancy. Michael McAndrews, thanks for being here, by the way. If I didn't see you coming in, good to see you, Mike. I think I said, did I say hi already? I'm losing my mind. If I did already say hi, I'm losing my mind here. Big Hook. Henry Winkler is always good in anything. Yeah, he was great. He was great in Barry. Yeah. And like you say, everything. James Williams says, I have television in every room and never watch any of them. Jupiter Judy, I think Hill Street Blues was one of our faves. Marie Jane Greco, I loved LA Law. Jimmy Smith was hot. Oh, Marie, careful now. LA Law, I think I watched that a little bit. It was a good show. I remember it was a really good show. Really good show right here. A really good show. But for some reason I didn't watch. I remember I liked the show. I remember probably getting in one of the seasons of it and really like it. Maybe a couple seasons. I don't know. I watched it, but for some reason I feel like I fell off or something happened where I because I think at the time I was working a graveyard shift. So a lot of times it was hard to watch TV and I had to tape a lot of things and that's when it was all like VCRs. And with VHS tape, even though I think there was, what do you call it? The one that you could record things on. What was it called? I forget what it's called, but anyhow, but I was just using like VHS tapes. So a lot of times I would tape things because I was either getting ready for work or I was still sleeping, you know, well, during these primetime shows. And so I think at some point I got maybe tired of having to tape shit, you know, or whatever. So, but I remember it was a good show. Greg Giles Fonzie had the leather jacket. He did have a nice leather jacket. Philly 3000, yeah, Tony Perez, he played Tony. That's my dad. That's awesome, Philly 3000. I need to go back and find an episode of that I can watch and see if I see your dad in there. Jupiter Judy, old man at TJ VCR sucked. Well, at the time, I mean, that was the technology, you know, and it was cool that you could set like I would buy those, like, you know, the biggest VHS tape you could. I would put it on the shittiest quality that I could because I just wanted to watch the show, you know what I mean? And I wanted to tape a bunch of shows on it. So I would set it on the, like, what was it, like the 6-hour setting or whatever it was. And I could get a bunch of shows on there. And then I would just watch them, kind of like binge watch that tape, you know, and then just tape over it. Or sometimes if the quality was really shitty, maybe I would just do it like a 2-hour thing and I can get 2 shows on there. And then I would go back, I wait until the second week and then I would watch the 2 shows back to back. That type of thing, you know. But it was a hassle. It sure was better once we got, you know, where you could just save things on your, on the box there or whatever. Mad Mac, I know, right? 2 really nice dudes, but they just don't get on. Winkler got Hanks fired from a movie they both were supposed to be in. I didn't hear about that. Surrender Monkey, I stopped watching donkey porn because it was too long for the VHS tapes. Surrender Monkey, you're so funny with your donkey porn jokes. Philly 3000, I've been trying to find the episode of Golden Girls that he was on, and I still haven't found it yet. Jupiter, the quality was shit. Yeah, but, you know, I just wanted to watch the shows. I understand, you know, now we got, 4K and 5K or whatever, and we got all these Ks, and we're all spoiled about the quality, but, you know, it was good enough for me. Big Hook, Bill Nye the Science Guy. I had to download it because it was before my day, but it is a great show for the science illiterate. He still is one of the coolest guys out there with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, I like Bill Nye the Science Guy. I think he's a good guy. Minus Kevin Anderson. I don't know about you, Trucker, but I'm thinking one day Dick Wolf will have his own streaming channel because he does all these law shows. He's got 1 million of them out there. Mad Mac the Fonz was scared shitless riding that motorcycle. He only did it one time and crashed it. It was the same bike that Steve McQueen used in The Great Escape to jump the... Really? Is that true? You say it's true. That's very interesting. Very interesting bit of trivia there. I love that Steve McQueen movie. I love The Great Escape. And when he jumped that barbed wire fence and everything, and then he didn't make it on the higher one or whatever. That was awesome. And Steve McQueen did his own stunts. Steve McQueen was awesome. James Williams, Hollywood today is like a cut rate version of Bonfire of the Vanities. It's disturbing anyone thinks that is good experience to enter politics. Like Ronnie Reagan. And Donald Trump, you know, he's not really Hollywood. Chris, my brother was playing guitar out on stage in the movie Urban Cowboy. That's cool. I just watched that movie somewhat recently. I guess it was last year. It was playing on something on the TV that I had. I forget if it was here. You guys hear the plane? I forget if it was here or the last place I was at. And I hadn't watched Urban Cowboy since probably, you know, the 80s, early 80s, or whatever, when it came out. And I think it kind of holds up, you know, in a way, I guess. Philly 2000, I'm on Bill Niles' fan page on Facebook. We even had a conversation a few times. Yeah, Bill Nye, I think. Yeah, he's a good guy. He seems like a good guy. Greg Giles' History Connection series has been remade. Michael McAndrews' Papillon was a cool movie. That was a great movie. Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, The Great Escape is classic. Yes, that's a great movie. I love that. That's one of my favorite movies. James William, case in point, John. Jupiter Judy, talk to you later. Taking dog out. Okay, Jupiter Judy, thanks for being here. Yeah, let the doggy out. Who let the dogs out? Thanks for being here. And we'll see you on the next one. If you don't get back before I finish this one, I don't know. Sorry, Muggy, I stopped watching TV over 10 years ago. I watched that series Bad Boys because it's hilarious, but there's so much mental illness on YouTube now. Why deal with scheduling? Bad Boys? Oh, you talking about Cops? Or the movie, they made those Bad Boy movies with Will Smith and what's his face? Those were movies. I guess it's like a series of movies. Madneck, all the people ran over to the crashed bike, worried about it, and not to Winkler. He was just on an interview and told that story. They were more worried about the Steve McQueen motorcycle than Winkler. That's funny. Greg Giles says, I have a rejection letter from Lord of the Rings. Wow. Marie Jean Greco, a friend of mine, married a guy named Bill Nye. Wow. Did we tease her? That's funny. Greg Giles, Marie, I am named after a saint. Mad Mac, I will watch Red Dwarf whenever, though. At Surrender Monkey. Red Dwarf. Just trying to think if I saw that. Sounds familiar. Philly 3000, when I was growing up, we had a brother named Vincent Price. Wow. You guys, this is some funny stuff here. Big Hook, BBC programming needs to be made more available here. Their science programming is top notch, and Lord knows we need the exposure. We need to bridge the gap so Alex Jones doesn't succeed in stupid. Yeah, that's a good point, Big Hook, because you know, I can say I can try to defend the United States all I want, but then we have Alex Smith, and a guy who has become very, 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 very rich, and it's because of people supporting his show, buying his fucking shitty products. His dick pills and whatever, you know. And it's just amazing. That is the epitome of the stupidity of Americans, I guess. Because probably, you know, I mean, anyone could buy from all over the world probably, but I bet you it's mainly Americans, and I bet you it's mainly people from red states to support that motherfucker and have made him a multi-millionaire. That hopefully he'll lose it all. He's trying to, you know, he's got these big judgments against him. I don't know if he's paid anything yet. He's been trying to delay it, or he's been trying to file bankruptcy to get out of it, or whatever. I don't know what the deal is, but hopefully a huge chunk of his fortune will be given to all of the families that he put through really hell, you know. And this guy, talk about trash and being a horrible person. You know, we were talking about MTG before, but you know, this guy here, this Alex Jones, is just a horrible, just you know, just the word. One of the words, you know, he's just horrible person, and people support him and make him, you know, worth millions. That's mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling. Philly 3000 says, my dad used to say an idiot born every 5 minutes, laughing out loud, and they all belong to Trump. Yep. Chris, buying his bullshit regarding Alex Jones. Yeah, it's just, I mean, even like Glenn Beck, I mean, he's pretty awful also, and he has huge support. He might not be on, you know, a big national or cable news network or whatever, but he doesn't need it. He makes millions and millions of dollars doing his Blaze network and all that shit. And people, they think he's just giving them these great nuggets of wisdom. And when I see Glenn Beck and Alex Jones for that matter, I just see charlatans and fake. I see fakes. I see grifters. I see just, you know, nothing smart coming out of their mouths. We were talking about, you know, Bill Nye the Science Guy and what's his face, Neil Tyson deGrasse or whatever. Very, you know, now that guy is smart. He's beyond smart. Very intelligent. And those type of folks, they say stuff that's really smart. You don't hear that from Glenn Beck and Alex Jones. You don't really hear really smart stuff come out of their pie holes. But they're the ones that get the money. What the fuck is up with that, man? That's a head scratcher. That's a shaking my head moment. When you think about, you know, how much money those guys make, and they don't say anything intelligent. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's just stuff they pull out of their asses. And people buy that shit up, man. They lap it up. Big Hook says, Alex Jones stiffed his ex-wife and child as well, yet he is a folk hero to these idiots. Yeah, it's just, they're so, I don't know. Something's wrong here, people. Something's wrong. Something's very, very wrong here. Philly 3000, anybody can do it if they want to be a scumbag, laughing out loud. I always wonder, like, how do they sleep at night? I guess when you can just stuff your pillowcases full of, you know, dollar bills, but I guess that helps. I don't know. But I wonder, do they have a conscience? Does Glenn Beck and Alex Jones and those types, do they have a conscience? I don't know. I don't think they do. James Williams says, Alex looks like Kyle Shittenhouse's older overweight brother. He looks like he ate Kyle Rittenhouse. Surrender Monkey, people don't realize how few utterly disgusting people willing to gargle Trump's shit directly from his arse. So yeah, the right-wing guys get rich quick. Ba-da-bum, boom. Michael McAndrews, I lived in Corpus Christi for a while. Best tacos in the world there. You guys, it's a good thing today's Tuesday, because now you're making it where I got to go get me some tacos. Because they're talking about tacos. And it's Tuesday. And I got to get me some tacos. Walter Makarovich, Alex Jones is the worst. Loved the other night with him crying, shutting down his show. He said, hope it's true. That was just weird to me. I saw that clip of him crying. I was like, oh my God, what is this? This is ludicrous. This is lunacy. And it was all fake. He was just fake crying, just like Rittenhouse. Speaking of Rittenhouse, who tried to cry on the stand, no tears, and Alex Jones had no tears. But why he would even put himself I guess that's the kind of shit you got to do. I guess if you want to make millions of dollars, I guess you got to cry, or try to cry, or fake cry for people like Donald Trump. I guess that's what you got to do. If that's what you got to do, then I'm all in. I can't believe it. Come on, start bringing the money in. Donald Trump. Oh, that's so evil. The evil. Guys, come on, bring the money in. The evil that's happening to Donald Trump. Is the money coming in? Is the money? Am I a millionaire yet? No. Just kidding. You guys. But is that what you got to do? I guess that's what. Is that you got to prostrate yourself? Is that the word, or whatever, in front of Trump? You have to you have to sort of just completely sell out for someone like a Trump. Of course, Alex Jones has been doing this for a while, even before Trump. But I bet he had his biggest paydays, his biggest climb was probably during Trump. But he's been around since the 90s. I remember listening to Alex Jones on these old, or he'd be on some station. It was like some low-powered station that you could barely pick up. But I was always a channel changer, and I'd always, and I would come across this Alex Jones channel radio station, and I can remember back in the 90s, and his big thing then was like pushing all of this like conspiracy theories about we're going to be chipped, everything's going to go, there's not going to be any cash, everything's going to be going to credit cards, and then they're going to be chipping people. This is back in the 90s he was talking about this shit. So that's how he built his audience, was with this fear-mongering about, conspiracy things. Jolie, yay, there you go. Thanks, Jolie. That was worth $2. I think my Alex Jones crying was probably worth $2. So thank you, Jolie. I'll give you a thumbs up on that one and a heart. Thank you so much. I'm on my way. That's my first two on my way to $1 million. Maybe I should just start doing videos of me just like crying for Trump or something. I don't know. Just crying about the evil that is being perpetrated on Trump. I should just put out a series of videos, and before you know it, I'll have my own ranch. Isn't that what Alex Jones and Glenn Beck do? They buy ranches or something in Utah or Texas. So, yeah, I'm on my way. At $2, I'm on my way. It's only a matter of time. Yep. I'm going to have my own line of dick pills. That's right. Get your Trucker John dick pills. Because, even the women can buy them. I don't care. Get your dick pills here. And get your 5-gallon bucket of batter. I'm not going to say what kind of batter it is. It's going to be a mystery batter. But it'll be sealed and it'll last through any type of, end of world scenario that you can think of. All right. But it's a mystery batter. I just want to be clear on that. So, yep. That's what we're doing. That's where we're going here. The Trucker John channel. Dick pills and mystery batter. I can see it now. Yep. I'm going to start looking for a ranch somewhere in Nevada. I figure I'll stay in Nevada. I think you got Glenn Beck. I think he's up. Is he in Utah or is he in Texas? I don't know. And you got Alex Jones in Texas. Maybe I'll stay. I'll anchor things down here. Me and the Bundys here in Nevada. You know the Bundys, the good old Bundys. Shovelhead Ammon. I like to call him Shovelhead because it looks like he got hit in the head with a shovel. And then there's the old man. I don't even know if he's still alive, but we'll probably be right up there next to him and his ranch. And we'll be grazing cows illegally because that's how we roll here in right-wing Nevada. All of us getting rich, selling dick pills and mystery batter, grazing our cattle on government land for free. We ain't gonna pay no taxes on that. We ain't gonna pay no fees for grazing our land on that land. That was the Indian land, goddammit, and we're taking it. So anyhow, and scene. Thank you very much. But thanks, guys. Thanks for that $2, Jolie. Chris made chicken dumplings last night, so leftover Tuesday is here. Chris, you're too good to be a grifter. Thank you very much. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll bring my evil side out. Michael McAndrew, I'll have to check them out. Fancy. James Williams says, I think Alex just sold his Texas ranch to pay his legal bills. Oh, well, it's good to have a ranch, just in case you need to pay some legal bills, I guess. Walter Bukarovich, go Mavs, beat the Celtics. I'm with you on that one, Walter. I'm not a big Celtics fan, although Bill Walton, rest in peace. Roxanne Armfield, it sure helps. Michael McAndrews, Surrender Monkey. Kebabs are just spicy meat, doner meat, chicken donor, shish kebab. I don't know what you're talking about. And lumps of lamb and naan bread. They are the tits, mint, chili, sauce, onions. Okay, somehow that sounds good. I don't know. Mish says, me neither. Fancy Big Hook says, I love that guy on the YouTube Shorts who does all the internet trending food treasures of inventedness. I don't believe I've seen that one, Big Hook. Fancy, you won't believe it, Michael. Greg Giles, I grew up around dairy farms, so country raised. There you go. Big Hook. Too much work, but homemade salsa, when done right with chips, is exquisite. There you go. You guys are making me hungry again. Philly 3000. Although I did make my own breakfast just prior to the show, as I do most mornings. Philly 3000. I remember Larry Bird and McHale, I think. They was unstoppable when they was on the Celtics. They was. Until they played the Lakers, that is. Chris says, Big Hook, I used to make homemade salsa out of my garden. Mish, exquisite is such a great word. It is. Greg Giles, fancy, no tripe. Fancy says tripe, yuck. We talked about tripe a few shows ago, didn't we? Philly, I think. Tripe, is that cow stomach? Because I know we were talking about cow tongue and all that kind of stuff. But anyhow, Philly 2000 are they beat the Lakers? Are you kidding? And the Lakers beat them. They went back and forth. Walk Centerfield, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Mish. Swing Monkey, don't like lamb, don't eat lamb. So chicken naan kebabs are lush. It sounds good. Big Hook, yeah, Chris, nothing better than when done right. Fancy, I am a Clippers Chargers fan. I'm a Rams, Lakers, Dodgers fan. I was gonna say Kings, but I'm not really into hockey. But when it came to hockey, I would root for the Kings. Now I root for Vegas Golden Knights, since I live here. And I really wasn't, it's not like I was really into the Kings. It's not like I would move here. Let's say the A's come here, and then all of a sudden I'm going to be a huge A's fan and not be a Dodgers fan. I will always be a Dodgers fan. Just so you know, in case anyone was wondering, yeah, it's probably on your mind. You're like, what's he going to do when the A's come here? Is Trucker John is he going to stop being a Dodgers fan? Is he going to all of a sudden be I know this kind of stuff is on your mind, so I just want to go. I want to put it out there, put it on the record. No, I will not be a huge A's fan. I might, watch some of the games. I might be a little bit more rooting for them more if they're here than I would normally. But no, Dodgers will always be number one in my heart and in my soul and in my brain. I just wanted to clear that up. I just wanted to get that out there. I know it's been bugging everyone. Everyone's been wondering. So now you know. Fancy says big Dodgers fan too. Well, all right, go Dodgers. Do. You know, I'm wearing a Dodger hat today. Michael McAndrews says, I tried to make my own salsa once. I canned about 10 bottles of it. It was great. I just went and bought mini peppers and tomatoes from Myers Food Store and cooked them up. Chris says, Big Hook, hand-planted, watered, picked, and made. That's fresh. Big Hook, that food is great as well if you can handle spice and heat. I can't. I'm not really, if it's too hot, then it makes the food not enjoyable to me, because then it's like it just destroys my tongue and my taste buds, and I can't taste anything. So if it's, I'm always like, so what's the point? Just to be macho or something? Oh, I can take hot food better than you can or whatever. So I'm just like, nah, it can't be so hot to the point where I can't enjoy the food that I'm trying to eat. I think people go too far on the hot sauce. Like it's some sort of macho thing or whatever, you know. I've never been into that, like having to prove myself about how macho I am. I've never been that way. Big Thai food is great as well if you can handle spices and heat. I eat a lot of Thai food, and you can get it where it's like a little more on the mild side or moderate side. You don't have to go full firehouse, you know. Let's see, just skip it down. James Williams, I have far too much to do than watch grown men playing children's games. Just saying. Hey, look, whatever, man. You do you, boo. You know, no one says you have to watch anything. But on the other hand, I don't decry. Is that the word, decry? I don't, I don't criticize people for what entertainment they choose. Whether it's watching a movie, whether it's going to a play, whether it's going to an opera, whether it's going to watch classical music, whether it's going to a rock concert or a pop concert or a hip hop concert, whether it's going to a football game or a soccer game or a baseball game or some sporting event, basketball, whatever it is, whether it's going to watch cars go around in a circle or cars going around on a track or going or whatever, whether it's watching motorcycles, whether it's people, whatever it is, people have all different, sitting and reading a book, whatever. People have all sorts of different ways that they entertain themselves, and one isn't better than the other. It's all individual. It's all up to the individual. And you can like more than one. You could like to do a whole bunch of those different things. You could like to go to a play, a Broadway play, or even just a local play, a local production play. And you could also love to go watch a football game. And you could also love to not do the things and just, have some hobby that you have. I mean, there's no thing that says you could only do one thing or like one thing, and if somebody else likes something and you don't like it, that doesn't mean you have to like it. But I don't think people should put down other people because they like whatever it is they like. As long as it's not harming anybody, then who cares? Jolie says, I once ate a stuffed pepper, not sure what kind, but it was so hot I was crying. My nose was running, but I couldn't stop eating it. It was insanely tasty. I can't imagine how crazy I looked. Wow. You couldn't stop eating it. Wow, that's because it was so tasty, but it was so hot at the same time. Well, Francis says, if you wait too long to potty train, they have accidents in school. I guess we're talking about children. We trained our kids right off the bat. I mean, pretty early age, and they were both potty trained by 2. And I say that like that kind of because we had other friends or people who had kids where it went much longer than that, and we were because you hear when you have kids and you hear, okay, now you got to do the potty training thing, and it was actually pretty quick. It was fairly quick within a year. They seemed like they were, or within less than a year, they were like totally into just going on the potty. I mean, I think they were kind of anxious to get out of the diapers or whatever. Our kids did really good on potty training, I gotta say. James, I'm not criticizing anyone. I just don't have time. I know, James. I know. I just was using you, I guess, as my vehicle, as a jumping off point for me to get that off my chest. And it wasn't you, James, but I always hear over the years, people always saying stuff like that. And so I didn't mean to use you as or put you on the spot like that, because I know you weren't criticizing, but I guess I kind of used that as like my little vehicle to get up on my soapbox there or something. So sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Mish says, Roxanne Arfield, it is one of the pros against many cons. Where are you? Philly 3000, as soon as I was born, they had me on the potty. Swindler Monkey, true story, I once got herpes in my eye because of California Reaper chilies. I itched a spot and poked myself accidentally in the eye. My eyes watered so much. Did you know herpes can swim? I don't know any of that. I didn't know you could give yourself herpes by just scratching yourself. I guess you had herpes on your fingers or something? Roxanne Arfield, I live in western Nebraska. I'm holding out for Nebraska. I'm holding out. Someday Nebraska will be, will come back and be a little more, like, not so right-wingy. I don't know. I'm holding out for you guys. I'm holding hope out for you guys, I guess. Let's see, I'm kind of missing a mid-thread of a story. I think it may have been a potty poopy story. And no sense in me reading it since I'm halfway through it. Chris says the potty training came from my earlier comment about my son not washing his hands after picking hot peppers or whatever before using the bathroom. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's right. You get that stuff on your hands, and then you touch sensitive areas of your body. Yeah, oof. Yeah, and that kind of goes with the eye thing too, with the thing. Yeah, so it's all coming together now, folks. It's all coming together for me. Jolie says both my kids were potty trained by 2 years old. I wasn't doing diapers a second longer than I had to. They both did really well, no problem. Yeah. See, it just seems like it's not as hard as people said it would be. You know what I mean? We kind of had an open door policy about when we would go on the toilet. Me and my baby mama, and I've always been a person. I go to the bathroom, I shut the door, I lock the door. No one's gonna bother me when I'm on the toilet. Doing my business. But when it came to kids, I was completely different. I was completely open. It's just like changing diapers. I've never changed any other kid's diapers other than my own, because it just is kind of gross or whatever. But for my kids, I did it. I changed a million diapers and with the or whatever, and because it was my own kids, so it was completely different. And it's just like me going into the bathroom and sitting on the toilet. It was an open door policy, and the kids would just come in and they would watch you go poop or whatever on the toilet, and they just emulate that. That's one of the things that we did. We had this open door policy, and as soon as they were potty trained, I'm like, okay, I'm closing the door now, and I'm locking the door. I'm getting back my privacy. But we just did that. Roxanne, you and me both, Trucker John. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is, I guess. Jolie, I love John's Surrender Monkey accent. It is very. Sometimes I'm sure that Surrender Monkey thinks that I'm probably in England. from England, at least. Misha says, Philly, she just did it in the wrong state. Those red states are all for child labor. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just, like I said earlier, they want to take us back to the 1600s or whatever. Rick Giles, dental caries can be spread on a spoon? Spoon? Amy Rins is here. Hey, Amy, good to see Amy. Amy Rins. If you have an early reader, their peers will catch up by second grade. I think our kids were pretty good readers. We were reading to them. We always had books, and they were always reading. Greg Giles, I learned to read early. Michael McAndrews, thank God it's been over 27 years since I had to change a diaper. Philly 2000, oh yeah, I was babysit a few times. You have to do what you have to do. Yeah. Chris says he was 7 at the time, so he was potty trained. He just didn't know what picking peppers would have that result. Yeah. You know, so you live and learn, and sometimes you learn the hard way. And hopefully that was a good lesson learned, and it didn't do any permanent damage or whatever, you know. Big Cook, I think people have kids one right after the other to reduce the diaper and sleep disturbance to a minimum. They do make you appreciate your parents, though. Michael McAndrews, actually, I babysitted about 10 years ago, and I had to change one diaper. There. Roxanne, thanks, Kevin. Mish, reading is good. Yes, it is. It is good. It's a good thing. Reading is a good thing. Trying to move the shoulder a little bit here. Move the shoulder. Hey, I'm caught up in the chat, and I don't have any other. I didn't prepare any other graphics. I kind of shot my wad right off the bat. It's not like me. I usually go a little longer. You know what I mean? But today it was just a little. I guess a little premature. I guess a little worked up. Maybe it's been a while. And I just shot the whole wad within the first few minutes of the show. Right off the bat. Whoa. Did you guys hear that? Something sounded like it collapsed. I know these guys have been hauling one of these rooms they've been using as one of these apartments, sort of as a storage area for building supplies. And they've been hauling drywall out of there. And yesterday, they've got these two kind of like golf carts that have little, it has a little top to it. It's just a real kind of thin. It's held up by, it looks like metal bars, but they're not the sturdiest looking metal bars. And then the top is sort of like a plastic. And they were stacking sheets of drywall on the roofs of these little golf carts. And I kept thinking, oh my God, those roofs are just gonna collapse down on them, because they're putting 5, 6, 7 sheets of drywall on top of these little plastic roofs. I just heard something that sounded like something collapsed. I don't know what it was, but that was yesterday, and then they drove off. They were moving the plywood. I mean the sheet drywall. I guess they're wherever some other part of the complex here. But I remember thinking that thing is going to be so top heavy. They're either going to, they better make sure they go nice and slow, or they're going to just tip right over, or I can just see the all of a sudden those little metal support beams they have are just going to get crushed or something. I don't know, but I guess they made it okay. But I did hear a loud noise just now, so I don't know what that was. Michael McAndrews, I took Ola Bernstein's sped reading curse. Now I can understand much more. Tim Nelson took grandkids to school, so I'm back now. Oh, there you go. Welcome back, Tim. We're still here. Just meandering through a conversation here. Starting to make a noise. Fancy, you will have more later. Michael Gandro's banging on the door. Well, not here. There was something that sounded like something. Although there may have been a banging at the door. I am kind of expecting, for the first time, I used to get HelloFresh for my kids because I just felt like, they were living kind of out on their own, and I just kind of thought that they needed food. So I used to have HelloFresh sent to them, but I never got it for myself. And so now I ordered, but I didn't order HelloFresh. I ordered from this other company. It's called like Cook Unity. I saw it on Facebook. You guys have probably seen it. I don't know. And I thought I would try it because it's supposed to be made for like if you live by yourself. So it's not like a whole big, huge portions or whatever. So it's kind of made for like one person. And I'm supposed to be getting my first shipment in today. I don't know if that was a knock on the door. If you guys heard a knock on the door, I didn't hear it, but my first shipment of these what do you call it? Food service, prepared meals services are supposed to be coming. And and you see the little advertisements, and of course it looks delicious or it looks good. But I don't know. We'll see. If I don't like it, I'll just cancel any future orders. But I thought it would be because basically when I go shopping and I get food, and I basically just I make my breakfast. I can make a pretty decent breakfast, and then for lunch I've just been buying like hamburger patties and just making hamburgers or cheeseburgers, which is fine. But you can't just have that all the time. And then as far as getting something a little more, I guess, complex, I really don't have all the pots and pans. I don't really have all the, ingredients and everything to make like something more elaborate. So I thought I would try one of these food delivery services, not delivery, but whatever you call it. These food package deals, prepackaged deals. I thought I would just try it, see how I like it. So I'm getting my first shipment today, and we'll see how that goes. Here's Surrender Monkey. Okay, there is right-wing, left-wing YouTube grifter currently locked up in a Las Vegas jail. He pretends to be a lawyer, and I'm surprised you haven't heard of him. Chili de Castro. I don't know, but I'm out of water. I need to go get some more water. I'm getting extremely dry throat. See, this is the thing. I'm kind of locked in. The way I have this table and this big stand, and then I got the chair, and I'm kind of locked in. For me to get up, it's gonna disturb the balance of the universe. But I'm very dry. It's not Meal on Wheels, Greg. It's not Meals on Wheels. If you know HelloFresh, then you know what I'm talking about. Even though it's not there must be a dozen of these different companies now, where they send you every week food that you can, like, these ones are supposed to be microwavable. Like HelloFresh, it's like it gives you all the ingredients, and you can cook stuff on your stove and on pots and pans and ovens where you actually cook it. This one I'm getting is more just microwavable, but it's not Meals on Wheels. Anyhow, I'm trying to get out of here without. That'll work. All right, I'm going to be right back. I just need to get some more water because I'm very, very dry throat, and I don't know if I can make it through the next. There's only 5 minutes left, but I'm going to get some water anyhow because I'm very thirsty. Try not to knock anything over. Also, I think I'm going to check the door real quick to see if my food did come. Nope, it didn't come yet. Nothing was at the door. Okay, let me see if I can scoot this back in. All right, I'm very dry throat here. So I have to do this. All right. Chris says Happy Pride Month. Yep. Okay, and I could do that. I could put that up. I think I had a Pride thing from last show, but I could put that. There we go. There, put that out. Little shout out to Pride Month. Means all the people. We the people that has the rainbow thing means all the people. Let's see here. Oh yeah, air fryer. I want to get an air fryer. I need to get one, but see, I can't just get one because I have limited counter space. I have a microwave, and what I want to do, I just want to buy a little rack or whatever that I could just put like right over that microwave, and then on the rack I would put the air fryer. And I was looking at them, I think on Temu, or was it Amazon Prime? And I was looking at those. I might buy one of those. So before I buy an air fryer, see, everything is like in stages. I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do that. So, but yeah, an air fryer I would like to get. I've heard so many good things about them. Pretty sure my kids and my ex and stuff have them, but I've never had one myself. And Hal is on it? Mad Max says Hal is live. Today is Tuesday. Oh, Mad Max, false alarm, I guess. Hal was live, then disappeared. So yeah, maybe he's like I say, testing something out. Hey, Jolie says, have you subbed to Liberal Dan yet? Liberal Dan is on Mondays, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Central Time, and there's the link to Liberal Dan. Liberal Dan, greatest show on the internet, man. I mean, I say that. I mean, you know, I love Hal. Maybe tie? Could we say it's a tie? Goes to the runner between Hal and Liberal Dan. I don't know, but I love both those shows. And you guys need to check out Liberal Dan. Last night I saw he was at 977 subs. We're trying to get him to 1,000. So you guys need to go on there, like, subscribe, share, and because if you already subbed, then you need to share the show out and get him. He's only by my math, 23 away from 1,000 subs. So we need to get him to 1,000. And you guys, if you're not watching Liberal Dan, then you need to, because it's a great show. Great, talks about politics. He's liberal. What more could you want, you know? So check out Liberal Dan Mondays, Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Central Time, or 8 p.m. Central Time, 6 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock Central. 8 o'clock Central. Oh my God, it's right there. Just read what Jolie wrote. She wrote it all down. Mad Max. Oh yeah, maybe he's testing something. So okay, I was like looking at my watch. I'm like, it's only 11 o'clock. I'm like, I didn't talk that long, did I? It's not 3 o'clock already. Fancy says, make sure you get one that is stainless, John. Oh, an air fryer? Like a stainless steel? Yeah. Okay. Greg Giles, I have limited space. Tower air fryer is great. Chris says, I'm back. Chris, I have a toaster oven on top of my microwave that's on top of my mini fridge. Just stack them up. Yeah, stack them up. Gina Maynard says, Chip is running a pirate radio station. Chip! Yeah. It's the Chip Show now, motherfuckers. Fancy says, Liberal Dan says votes don't matter. Do you agree with that? Wait. Liberal Dan says votes don't matter. I don't agree with that, and I would have to see the context of which that was taken from. I don't know about that, but you guys should go check out the show and see if that's ask them about that. go to the show. Like, subscribe, and share while you're there. And you'll see there. Hey, Alvin Stube, member for 2 months. Driver, thanks for the conversation, everyone. Well, thank you, Alvin Stube, for being here. Awesome. Member for 2 months. Thank you so much. That's so great. I do appreciate the memberships. I appreciate all your support, whether it's super chats or buy me a coffee or just liking, subscribing, and sharing. Those are just as important. So I appreciate all of it. And being a member is so great. So thanks, Alvin. Appreciate you. Julie says, I don't agree with that at Fancy, and always say that when he says not all votes count. I guess I missed that. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to tune in Mondays, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central Time to see if he says that again. Chris, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the whatever. Yes, 8 o'clock Central. Sort of Monkey, he might be making up for his missed Saturday stream. That's on par for Hal. Apparently that was just a quick little thing he did. Fancy said, he said that to me last night. Oh, I was kind of taken aback. I was watching the show last night. I guess I must have missed that part. But Fancy said, I'll have to watch more. Okay, well, here's what I think. I think that voting is very important, and I think it's our most important thing that we have as just citizens. I mean, our right to vote, our vote is huge. Big Rick says, Dude is now my latest late night fix of sanity. Well, I see, the thing about Dude is he goes on for like 3 or 4 hours, so you can watch Liberal Dan, and then from there you can go to Dude and still catch another 2 or 3 hours or whatever. I've been watching Dude just because Liberal Dan mentioned him like a couple weeks ago, and then that made me go, well, I gotta check out Dude. And at first I think I liked it more at first. I'm kind of getting I mean, it's okay. He's okay, but I think he's good. He's a good kid. The guy, Dude, is a good kid. They're good. They're smart. Probably way smarter than me. I mean, they know all the issues. They know, and they, because I say they because not so much about, pronouns and stuff like that, but there's like a group of them. There's Dude, and then there's these voices that you never see their faces, but I think it's Jaden, and then there's some chick, and I don't know who she is, but she sounds like she might be a lawyer or something. I don't know. And they know their shit. They're smart, and they invite debates. They want to debate, like right wingers or whatever. And it's usually pretty one-sided because all the right wingers or the maggots or whoever who come on there are usually kind of morons. So it is kind of seems like an unfair fight in a way. But yeah, I mean I watch Dude, but you can watch. That's the thing is you can watch one and then go to the other, and you can go back and forth. I think we all have multiple devices. We can divide up our devices or whatever. Chris says voting is our superpower. Yeah, I agree, Chris. I think voting is huge. It's huge. It's huge. So I say we got to vote. Make sure you're registered. Go to vote.org, and that'll take you right to whatever state you're in. There's links for each state. It'll take you right where you need to go. Check your registration. Make sure you're up to date. And I know I'm up to date because I've got my ballot. I haven't sent it in yet, but I've got my ballot. We've got early voting. I can send it in right now. And on my ballot, all I have is Jackie Rosen for her Senate seat. And then there's like these 5, I think, Justice of the Peace offices that are up for election. And some of them only have one person running. And there's some of them that have like 3 people running. And I tried to find a voter guide or something, like a Democratic voter guide or something, online. And like Indivisible posted one on Facebook the other day. So I went on it, and they don't say anything about these Justice of the Peace positions that are up. So that's the reason why I haven't filled my ballot out yet, because I would like to at least I'm in the process of researching. I'm just gonna have to Google these guys one by one, I guess, or to find out about these justices of the peace, is because I don't want to vote for someone who is just some horrible person to be justice of the peace. Which is what out here, I guess that's what they call. I don't even know what that is. I have to look at it. I don't know. Is that like a police chief? Is that like a judge? Are those judge positions? See, in California, they just call them judges, you know, or they would just call it, you know, police chief. So I'm a little confused on that. So I was looking for a voter guide that would give me guidance or on those justices of the peace candidates that are running for those offices. But other than that, all it is, the only thing on my ballot is for the Senate seat that's up. And of course, I'm voting for Jackie Rosen. She's a Democrat. But it's going to be close, man, because we got a lot of right-wingers here in Nevada. And even though we're kind of a blue state, we're kind of purple because we have a Republican governor. We've got 2 Democratic senators. Our House reps are I think, mostly Democrats. I know my district, District 1, is a Democrat. She's not up right now. I think, if I'm getting that right, but it's always close. It's so close. I mean, the margins of these victories are just thousands and thousands. So it's so important to vote. That's why voting is important. Voting is a superpower, and it's really our most powerful thing that we have as citizens is the power and the right to vote. So I'm not sure what Dan was saying about that, but hey, man, go check out his show and you can ask him. You could call in, usually, sometimes, you know, if it's working. Or you can ask questions in the chat. Go in there and ask him, hey, what's your deal, man? What's the deal on voting? And do it respectfully, kindly. He'll have a conversation with you, you know. Gino says, always research the judges. Yeah, I'm going to I have to do that, Gino. You're right. And thanks, Gino, for being here. I don't know if I saw you earlier. Gina Maynard, check who nominated the judge. Yeah, okay, great advice. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, because I don't want to put some fucking, you know, MAGA judge in there, right? So I need to do that. That's why I haven't voted yet. I haven't sent my ballot in yet. But I did get another sticker. I love those little stickers. Roxanne, I just do the early vote thing at the courthouse. Mad Mac, voting used to be powerful, however, the MAGA assholes are doing everything they absolutely can to make your vote worthless. Stay on top of their bullshit and make your vote strong again. Vote blue. That's what I'm talking about. Vote blue. Of course, the WWs of the world will start crying about, you know, it being a one-party system, but it's not incumbent upon me to make the Republican Party better or some other party to be better. That's not my job. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to find who I think is the best party. And that is, for me, clearly the Democratic Party. And that's who I vote for. MJ Daniel, I grew up in Walla Walla, very Republican part of the state. Yeah, Walla Walla, Washington. That's all agricultural out there, right? All rural and agricultural, and it's completely different than when you cross through the mountain pass there and get into, you know, Seattle and all that. It's like a whole different state almost, you know. Chris says, what state are you in, if you don't mind? Fancy's in California. Fancy is mad at Greg or something about China. I don't know. Mad TJ, do you still have that governor that wears a gunslinger's belt? The one that is cray-cray with the huge ears? I don't remember the gunslinger belt. So you might be thinking of something else. But we had we had a Democrat and governor last term, and then Lombardo, right? He's the governor now, Joe Lombardo, and I think he's a former cop, so maybe he was where I think I remember him getting in trouble for making ads wearing his police uniform or whatever it was. There was something about that he did. I was just trying to look it up, but I don't know. I don't see it. But there was some controversy about some of the political ads he made. So that's probably what you're talking about. And so that's the thing. We had a Democratic governor, and now we got a Republican one. He's not horrible, but he's at the end of the day, he's still a Republican, but I think our state legislature is mainly Democrats, so that's what's keeping him in check. I believe that we have a Democratic state legislature, and that helps a lot in keeping that guy in check. But just keep voting, folks. Just vote. I know we have obstruction. We have the right wingers, purging people off the voter rolls. That's why I say go to vote.org. Make sure you're registered, and just keep voting. I mean, even if you lose, even if your side doesn't win, it's still important to vote. And I think this is what Hal was saying too about if you're in a red district or red state, but if all the Democrats voted that live there, there's still a lot of Democrats. And if they all voted, and even if you still lose, but if you get, let's say, 40% of the vote instead of only 20% of the vote, that could make a big, big, big difference in the way that the Democrats get treated, and how the Republicans realize, hey, there's a lot of Democrats here, so we can't be so crazy, So I think voting is important, and I think it is our probably most important right that we have, probably, right? Fancy says she agrees with me, so that's cool. Greg Giles, I have no regrets voting for is it Jacinda or Jacinda? Voting counts, yes. Wait, TJ, Trump Jr.? Let we talk him to whatever morons agree to an end of them talking. I have no idea what you're talking about. Jolie, check your voter registration. There's vote.org. And I always say vote.org because I know there's lots of other places you can check, probably, but I just know vote.org is really easy to remember. And I know that, because I've used it, I know that it will just lead you to wherever you need to be. So if you live in Nebraska, or in California, or Texas, or Nevada, or wherever you live, if you go to vote.org, there's a link there for every state. It will take you to your state registrar's, website. There's whatever it is, Secretary of State, or whatever it is. It'll take you there, and you can check your voter registration. I'm pretty sure, at least it's always worked for me. So far, I've only lived in 2 states, California and Nevada, and it worked both times. So check it out. Chris says if 50,000 people think it's a blue state, so what's the point? That is the point. Yeah, that's the thing, is don't think your vote doesn't count. Don't think it's not important. That's what gets us in trouble. That's what gets us in a lot of trouble a lot of times with these midterms elections. Now, the last midterm election, I think we did show up, and there was supposed to be this big red wave, and there was no red wave. It was barely a red little trickle. It was all, so voting is important. It's just vital, and we need to just not be discouraged. Don't be discouraged because you voted and the person you voted for didn't win. Hey, that's no reason to stop voting. You keep voting every time, every election, every time. Midterm, not midterm, presidential elections, congressional elections, state elections, county elections, local elections. You vote every single time. It really isn't that hard. And like right now, I don't know about these justices of the peace. I'm going to spend some time. I'm probably going to spend a half an hour. I bet you I can spend a half an hour. I can look up these judges or whatever that is, and I can find out more about the justice of the peace, because this is kind of new to me. Like I said, I'm from California. We didn't have justice of the peaces. We had judges and we had justices. I guess they call them, because there was a difference between a judge and a justice. And I forget what it is now, but there is a difference. Maybe a judge is appointed and a justice is elected. Maybe that was the difference. Whatever it is, but there are differences, and I'm going to find out about that. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on it. It's not like I got to spend hours and hours and hours and hours on it. I could probably spend it a half an hour, but you know how it is when you're on the internet. Before you know it, an hour goes by or 2 hours goes by. But it doesn't take that much to figure it out. So to do a little bit of research and then vote, man. Sort of Mikey TJ, not calling you an idiot. I'm saying Trump Jr. is Wes, and possibly Eric too. I didn't think you were calling me not for 1 second did I think you were calling me an idiot. Although, if you did, it might be justifiable. I don't know, but I didn't think that you were. I just didn't understand what you were saying. Greg Giles, check your vote registration every month. Greg Giles, there is no youth vote waive. There should be. Greg Giles, we have justices of the peace in New Zealand, I guess it is, right? MJ Daniel, DJT was given the Electoral College in just 3 to 4 states by only a few thousand votes in each state. If more people had voted Clinton, we would have seen a much better result. Yes, we would have seen Hillary Clinton as president. Mad Mac, I got my keyboards mixed up. Was trying a Google search on the wrong computer, laughing out loud. Jolie, every vote counts. I live in a red state that flipped blue for Obama. It hasn't happened again, but it could. So always vote blue no matter where you live, because you just never know, right? You just never know. And it's just, and it's not that hard. I mean, people act like it's hard, but it's not that hard. And I do forget about some places don't have early voting. Some places don't have mail-in voting. And there is that Republican obstructionism, or whatever you want to call it, voter suppression, where they are taking away the number of polling places, and it can make for a really long line. So I forget that, because I've been spoiled my whole life living in California and in Nevada now. They have mail-in voting and early voting. And I've been, I guess, spoiled. I didn't realize I was being spoiled, but, over the past, since Obama, basically, I started learning about how these other states have big, giant, long waiting lines to vote. And I never knew that. I never had heard of that before. Like I said, I never waited more than 5 minutes to vote before. So when I say it's easy, I guess I forget that there are, especially red states, that are making it very, very difficult as possible. But you need to rise up against that. You need to fight against that, and just sticking it out, man. Because it's important, even in a red state. If you're a blue dot in a red state, it's still important. I believe, as opposed to, I guess, liberal land. I don't know. Keith Police says facts plus law equals conviction. There you go. 34-0, man. Big Hook Republicans. I don't want my taxes helping myself and other people and secure a sustainable future where we can live in harmony and equity. It sounds insane because it is. Greg Giles, Bush said on a plane he had Florida in the bag. The fix was in, and it's nice when you have your brother as the governor there, right? Fancy says women are going to turn out. Oh, Rovember will be a time to remember. Oh, yes. Rovember. How could we forget about Rovember? Yeah, motherfuckers. A woman's scorn hath no fury like the bowels of hell. Or I don't know. Where's Nick Rich 56? He knows. I think he knows Shakespeare. I think Nick Rich has abandoned me for some reason. I miss Nick Rich. I miss his wanting to see filters, and I miss his time checks. I miss everything. Where are you, Nick Rich? Where are you? Speaking of filters, it's taking its time to load up. All right, guys. I haven't been around in a while. I know you probably missed me. I don't know. But I'm here. I'm back. I hope you guys are having a good time. I've been trying to have a good time myself. So I hope you're having a good time. Just remember to vote. It's very, very important. And check your registration, all that good stuff. So that we can perhaps someday have a good place. A much better place. So make sure you check your registration, voter registration. Vote, vote, vote. And vote. I say vote purple. No matter who. But that doesn't make sense because I don't know what is the purple pop. What's the purple party? Is there a purple? Maybe I should start my own purple party. Vote Purple Paul. Paul the purple bearded guy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm rambling. Basically. I'm just rambling with my purple beard. You know. So, what can I tell you? Just stop with the rambling. Hey, look. Check your voting. Go to vote.org. Check. Make sure you're registered. Like Greg was saying, or whoever. Check it every month. Check it every day. I don't know. Make sure you're registered. Registered and vote. Vote. And I'm not gonna be mamby-pamby like the purple bearded guy. I'm gonna say, hey, vote blue no matter who. All right? You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Hey, do you guys like my George Bush impression? You got to do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. That was my George Bush. Get out there and vote, guys. Gosh darn it. I don't care if you gotta wait in line 15 hours. So get out there and vote. Get that vote in. And most of us don't. Yeah, most of us, we don't have to wait that long. We just mail it in or we'll drop it off. All right? So I don't want to hear any crying, especially from you people in Nevada, in California, and places like that. No crying from you guys. Because you can vote right now. On your primaries, that is. The general election, we're still a ways off from that. But still, it's easy, it's peasy. It's easy peasy. So make sure you vote. All right? Just do it. None of this purple beard, mamby-pamby stuff. All right? All right. I'm out. There's a delay. There's definitely a delay there. Can I get this to go down? There we go. All right. All right, guys. So we had a little thing there. I don't know what happened to Nick Rich 56, but anyhow, that was for Nick. You know, that was for Nick. Because those rambling guys, Steve Martin. I'm a rambling guy. Rambling. I'm a rambling guy. Minjay Daniel within Washington, our mail-in ballots are postage free. So is mine, by the way. I think maybe most places are, but to do that. Mad Mac Blimey, his Delete Laws channel is obscenely stupid. He is a total twit. Laughing out loud, Serena Monkey, what a tosser the bloke is. Ha ha, unbelievable that he is running for office. I don't know who you're talking about. I missed it. Chris says, take care all. Yeah, here we are. We're at 2.5 hours. I am going to go ahead and sign off. I'm very, very thirsty. I got water, but I'm very thirsty, and I got stuff to do. I got some research to do. I got to go look up these justices and make sure there's no maggots in there. I'm not going to vote for a maggot. Even if they're running unopposed, I just won't vote for them. Okay, I got a no maggot rule of like not voting for them. So, all right, guys, thanks everyone for being here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for let's see. We had Jolie with the $2 and Alvin Stube, the membership, been a member for 2 months. Thanks so much for all you guys. Thanks for being here. Today is Tuesday, so we'll be back Thursday. We'll be back Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific time for another. That'll be a Thursday talk with Chucker John. Hopefully, I'll figure out how to not start one and stop one or whatever, but we'll see how it goes. And then we'll be back Thursday afternoon, 3 p.m. Pacific time, for the world famous, I think. I'm going with it. The world famous Hal Sparks pre-show hangout. Yeah, I'm going with that. Hal Sparks pre-show I was going to say warm up. I used to call it warm up, and now I'm calling it hangout because we're going to hang out for like an hour before Hal comes on at 4 on that day. All right? So I'll see you guys Thursdays. 2 shows on Thursdays. Let's hang out. Let's talk. Let's do what we do. Let's do that thing that we do. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'll see you.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes. Might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes. But if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hostile of Easter, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid. But doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully. Nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about gold chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you, baby, to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant. But I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should've stopped the truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't